I'd be so scared.
Yeah, good.
And then on the 8,000 meter mountains, you're in the death zone.
Do you ever think about quitting?
I thought about it every day.
You have a beautiful story, right?
Yeah, but I had a really hard lesson that came with that magic. I only found the magic because of that hard lesson. When I stood on the summit of Everest, I was just thinking about my family. I wanted to tell all the people in my life that I love them so much.
How would you inspire people? Gladiators, welcome back to the arena. Today I have a friend of the family. I didn't know this young lady gladiator, and she's truly a gladiator, looks after my family's health. Caroline Leon, welcome.
Thank you.
So
for
what do you
having
do
me.
with my family? With my ex-wife, my daughter, Pilates, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, actually, sometimes we have dinner together. We talk about astrology and
Oh,
yeah,
astrology and my ex-wife.
I
Oh
know.
my God, yes.
We
She
talk-
can't make a decision without the stars being aligned.
I know her stars very well. We talk about it a lot. We do astrology lessons with Kirsten. Yeah.
My Australian lady, Kirsten.
Yeah.
Australian.
You know
She's
her
still
too.
around, yeah.
I think she went back to Australia.
Is
but
she? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome.
Thank you.
I had no idea that you were involved with my family, so I'm feeling nervous now. So tell me a little bit about you. You're from Australia.
Yeah. I've been living
Born
here.
where? Born where in
I
Australia?
was born in Sydney. Have you been to Sydney?
I used to live there 6 months. Most beautiful city.
Yeah.
19 before you were born. 1990. I was there.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful
yeah.
city. I'm from there. I'm from a little area called Coogee, and it's like a little beach town. It's really sweet. Yeah, it's...
I lived in I worked in Wollongong. Do you remember
okay.
Wollongong?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, good 45-minute drive, an
Yeah.
hour drive.
Yeah.
Biggest insects I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's so true.
You don't realize, those days, mobile phones weren't around so much, but I didn't realize how far on the other side of the world it is. When you're getting up and you can't get hold of anyone because everyone's asleep in Europe. So
Yeah.
I really felt it.
Yeah.
I was a young guy, took all my savings to my uncle. He had a Persian carpet store, and he lost it all. So I spent my last month on Bondi Beach.
Oh, nice.
Doing nothing.
Very close to where I'm from.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But there was something called lay-by. Is that still going on?
Yeah, of course.
That all your stock is in the back because
Yeah.
people want to pay you weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my money was in lay-by.
Yeah, but that's the same as like Tabby today, except you pay for it. Like
Yeah,
through
but for instance, a
another
bank
company.
will pay you, the company will pay the retailer, and the retailer gets their money, but then you pay monthly. In this particular case, we had Polish workers, and they couldn't pay the Persian carpets. So all our storage was full of carpets that we've paid full price,
Yeah.
but we began paid weekly.
Oh.
It killed our cash flow.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So tell me, how long were you in Australia? What brought you here?
So I lived in Australia until I was 23, and when I was 23, I finished university. I was in the middle of a master's, and I was like, oh, I just needed to get out, to explore the world and to see something different. And I'd never been to the Middle East before. I never knew anything about it except all of the notorious names that you hear. And I had a ticket to Singapore. I backpacked from Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam.
On your own?
On my own, yeah. I spent 2 months in China. I did the Trans-Siberian Express across Mongolia and all of Russia. And then I ended up in Moscow and St. Petersburg. I went to Turkey and to Syria. And then it was 2008, and the Australian dollar completely crashed. And I was like, oh, I have no money now. And I always had it in the back of my mind that I was coming to Dubai. I had no idea why. And then I bought a ticket and I was here, and it was the first time I ever encountered like the Middle East. And sometimes you have a little bit of
The
a
rest of
calling.
Middle East isn't like Dubai.
I know. I've been to many countries. It's definitely not like Dubai, but yeah.
So you're a brave human being, because a single female, you weren't in a group of people traveling by
No,
yourself.
like I jumped in and out of doing some like tours of like certain areas, especially in China, because it's really hard to navigate, you know, when you don't speak Chinese. But yeah, most of it I did in part on my own, in part like jumping in and out of like little tours.
You have a fear for your safety?
Not really, no. No, I think obviously you know Australians, we're a little bit crazy.
Well, you're criminals already, right?
Yeah,
So
of
that's it, yeah?
course.
So nothing
Yeah.
can be worse. Yeah.
Exactly.
England sent all the criminals to Australia, yeah.
There's a little bit of like craziness about us. We're just like very in nature.
Outback.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
So
And you have rich parents?
no.
So when you were traveling around the world, they were sending money, or did you save
No,
money? Or how-
I sold the contents of everything that I owned and everything. I remember like selling books at like the markets, and old clothes and new clothes, and every beautiful dress that I went to the prom in, and everything. Yeah.
And it was the best time of your life? Or-
Yeah, it was amazing because I got to do exactly what I wanted to do, which was to see the world and to see other cultures and to be immersed in it. And I think that's why I left Australia, because it's so easy and comfortable, and you stay in this little bubble and you don't even realize that you're in a bubble. And then you leave and you're just like, wow, this is
The
crazy.
more you travel, the more, I think, educated you become.
Yeah.
Wiser and less ignorant.
And compassionate. Yeah.
I went to Moscow and it was outstanding. I fell in love with Moscow. Haven't been to St. Petersburg. Which one's nicer?
I think St. Petersburg.
Yes, I heard.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think because like the churches, they look like gingerbread houses. Like
they're colourful.
all multicolored, and like you could just break them off and eat them.
It's hard to imagine. There was nothing after the war. They rebuilt it all,
Yeah.
the old style.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love China. I love China. I went with my 10-year-old. It was amazing.
Nice.
So, what brought you to Dubai? You just heard about Dubai. You thought, I'll come live in Dubai.
Yeah.
What was your education in?
So I did a BA in medical science, and this is like how I know your wife and your ex, sorry, and I had a master's in international health. So I went to Bangladesh. This is before, and I did maternal and child mortality, very grim, in the developing world. So I used to sit and listen to 11-year-olds tell me about, you know, they're getting married and having 5 kids, and yeah. So that was my original education, and now I'm about to finish a master's in transpersonal psychology, and obviously, you know, I'm a mountaineer, and
What drives you? Because you're busy all the time, right?
yeah, I just, mostly curiosity, I think. I'm like curious. And then I think it's maybe always wanting to be better than I was before, and really like, I make so many mistakes, and when I make them, I really hold myself accountable for them. And
You got nobody to answer to, right, at the moment.
of
no?
course, and so when I hold myself accountable to all the stupid shit I do, then I'm like, oh, I've got to be better. And so I really try to be better in some capacity.
Where do you think you got that from?
Just having a really hard life and struggle, and yeah, life can be really hard sometimes.
I mean, life is hard for most people.
Yeah, totally. And what I like, I listened to a quote a long time ago by Jordan Peterson, and he was like, life is meant to be hard. And I think when we realize that it's like that for everyone, it's like, oh, okay, it's not really meant to be easy.
Buddhism, it says that life is about suffering.
Yeah, it really is. Like,
You wake up, you suffer lack of love, you experience lack of love, loss.
yeah, lots of loss.
So you are an optimist.
Maybe.
Have you suffered loss?
Yeah, a lot. I've lost both my parents. Yeah, a lot.
So you got nothing at home? Nothing in Australia?
No. Yeah, unfortunately, both my sisters live in the US. So now I spend a lot of time going to see them and spending time with them. But yeah.
How does that make you have relationships?
What type of relationships are you talking about?
Romantic relationships?
Yeah, so it means, well, I was like with somebody for a very long time.
Because you're very independent.
Yeah.
You're free-spirited, right?
I would say
I'm not
so.
sure many men can handle that, right? So.
Yeah. Look, I had a very, very special person in my life for a long time. And I think when you grow up with somebody, you get to really appreciate the stability of that and what that brings to the table. Yeah.
They're no longer in your life.
No, unfortunately.
So how are you coping?
Well, we're really good friends.
Okay, so they're still in your life, but not in those terms.
Not in that sense. Okay. Yeah, your relationships transition and they evolve.
Sure, it's like my ex-wife, right?
Exactly.
She's my very good friend, but
Yeah.
obviously not romantically.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So tell me about your story about you had an accident?
Yeah, I did.
Climbing? What's going on? Why
Yeah.
climbing? Like you haven't experienced life enough, right?
Yeah, like...
You have a talent in going up walls or something.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's a talent. Like I broke my entire body. It's not really. I wouldn't say I was good at it.
What was it? Where was this?
It was in Dubai. So I was climbing an outdoor rock climbing wall, and the peg that I was holding onto came off, and I plummeted. Again, completely my fault. I was, cocky, dumb, stupid, arrogant.
Peg that you had in your hand, you clip.
No. It's
The one that you
screwed.
hold in your hand. But
Yeah.
that's not your fault. It's a loose screw.
Yeah, it was a bit of that. Like the wall was very old and very weathered, and I shouldn't have really been climbing it, but I was.
You didn't have a supervisor, nobody else.
No one was there. So a friend
So
of
you
mine.
couldn't sue them.
Yeah, exactly. So a friend, and look, after what happened, I had no capacity to go down that route anyway. I ended up falling off this wall, landing on rock and sand and gravel, and surrounded by my own remains. My foot came out of my body, my leg disconnected, my pubic bone snapped, my pelvis smashed, my spine smashed, both my
You
feet.
had people around you.
So I was climbing with a friend, and then there were definitely people that came, but I don't remember seeing them.
You went unconscious.
No, I was completely conscious, but just in a really different place.
How long ago was this?
This was about 9 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And you start focusing on I just remember just seeing blood on this side and just seeing it, and
So you got
people,
concussed, your spine, your back, your legs,
everything completely smashed. And then I was just listening to my heartbeat, and people were talking to me, and I wasn't listening to them. I was just focused on my heartbeat.
You weren't panicking?
No, I think something, when you're really really in a poor state, I think there's another level of survival that just kicks in, and it's just so automatic.
Did you feel pain? No,
I didn't feel any. Wow. Initially I didn't feel any pain. When I got to the hospital, then it starts to really kick in. But initially no, but I could definitely so when I landed, I fell on my back and I rolled onto my right side, and I heard this dun 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 dun, the bones in my pelvis were all moving separately. And then I was like, oh, whoa, that's not meant to do
the
that.
realization.
And then I obviously...
And then you put your foot back where it was.
Yeah. And then I could hear people talking about my foot, and obviously it was completely outside my body. And then I rolled to the other side, and dung, 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 dung. And it was...
Almost thinking it was okay, you were okay, resisting the
I tried
reality.
to get up and couldn't get up, and then I just stayed on my left side and just started to
ambulance came on
listen.
time, everything was good, run smoothly?
Oh, I have no idea. I have a feeling it was maybe 30, 45 minutes before they came, and but I do remember kind of feeling this sharp kind of wake-up call when someone was tapping me on my shoulder. And I remember this ambulance paramedic, he was just talking me through everything.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, I could just, it was almost like everything was foggy, but I could hear this voice that was bringing me back to the here and now, to the reality that I was
Maybe back to
in.
life, you never know, because you could have just let go.
Yeah, perhaps, but
So how long were you in hospital?
2 months.
And then recovery?
Oh, in hospital, I had 14 surgeries, 23 blood transfusions, had both my feet reconstructed, my leg reattached to my right
Were you
pelvis. No, I ended up being lots, like hundreds and thousands of dirhams in debt after. But like, I paid that off over about 5 years, and then
So that's nice. The hospital treated you,
yeah,
and then you had to pay them back. Government hospital, was
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. They
That's
took me
amazing.
to Rashid Hospital.
That's incredible, no?
Yeah, it was good. Like,
Those private hospitals, they have to get paid first before they treat
yeah,
you.
they'll jail you. Like,
Yeah. And your foot.
yeah, my foot, my
Your foot's
hip.
not coming in.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take that back.
Yeah, exactly. We'll keep this one until you pay the
Yeah,
deposit.
exactly. But no, they were really great. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What a government. What a country we live in.
Oh yeah, it was.
So you
amazing.
couldn't walk. You couldn't move.
No, I couldn't.
For how long?
Oh, probably. So after I was discharged, I went home, and my
Home being Australia.
No, home in Dubai,
Okay.
and my friends had bought a hospital bed and a wheelchair and a commode and crutches and all this stuff, and I moved into a hospital bed at home, and my living room turned into a hospital kind of thing, and then
So you were surrounded with friends.
yes,
That's
and
nice.
family,
That's
and
nice.
yeah, like my whole family came to help, and then I spent about a year in and out of that hospital bed in a wheelchair, and then I spent another a year again on crutches and on a frame, and then another year walking like a total retard, and like just being angry about
So
it.
you've been, I guess you're fully healthy now, right?
Yeah, relatively.
So
I would
only a
say.
couple of years.
Yeah.
Not that long.
No.
Do you ever think about quitting? The pain was so much. You think, I'm going to be wheelchair bound. I'm never going to recover.
Oh, like every day. I thought about it every day. Like every day I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. It's so much. It's
What
so
kept you
hard.
going?
The alternative, like, oh, I'm going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Like,
It's a no-no.
yeah, it was just in my head. I was like, I don't know that I want to believe that yet. Even though when I left hospital, the doctors were like, you may never walk. And then later on, they were like, okay, you're going to walk, but you're going to be disabled for the rest of your life. And the reality was just like, it's very...
Just wasn't going to happen.
Well, I think you get to rock bottom, like you actually, like I was in hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt, and I couldn't walk, I had no physical body, and no job, no nothing, like everything was desolate. And in that place, you have nowhere else to go but moving forward and up. And
So how did you get a job? How did you get
oh,
yourself-
so I didn't work for 4 years. I just
Family
healed.
supported you, right?
Yeah,
That's nice.
family and friends, and then it was mostly like my
You
family.
never thought about leaving the country or...
So I started to go home a lot. So I would fly in and out of Australia to do rehab in Australia. I had a really good. My mentor and my family friend at home was a Pilates teacher, and so she was like, come to Australia, I'll like help you rehab, and then I bought a Pilates machine and I started rehabbing myself, and I'm a big nerd, so I was like just health hacking myself and figuring out like, oh, like this is all of the things that went wrong, and these are all the ways that I could fix this, and I can do this and this and this and this and this. And then I was just doing everything.
Amazing.
But that was a bit of a jump. Like, I think it took a long time for me to get there. At first, I was like a little vegetable. Nothing's going on in your head. You're just like darkness,
Sure.
And then slowly the lights start to come back on.
Yeah, hope.
Yeah, and when the lights come back on, I started... Do you know what I think it was? It was like... So when I was in hospital, I had a lot of friends that were bringing me books, and I used to pick them up and try and read them, and I couldn't read the words. And then I'd read two words.
Because of medication? Or-
Yeah, and because, when you have 23 blood transfusions every day, you're like delirious and having a fever, and then you're going through major surgery, and then you're coming back, and then more pain
You're sedated
medication.
all the time, yeah.
And you've got a morphine drip, and so I
like
was
morphine though.
in small doses. Yeah.
When I had a heart attack, I was floating on the bed. I was like, if this is death, bring it on. It was amazing. Yeah, I love morphine. To the listeners, medically given morphine. Yes.
Yeah. Prescription only.
So when did you start back at work, and what was that? What was that work? Pilates teacher?
Yeah, so I was teaching Pilates, and so at the time, like just before I had my accident, I was doing like teacher training courses. So I was teaching other teachers to be Pilates teachers.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so I just started doing that out of my living room, but in my little hospital bed. So like the students that I had, they were like, okay, this is what we're doing.
A cripple's teaching us how to.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
And yeah, then I just.
Why Pilates? What's special about Pilates? I'm a guy. I just know this chairing you do very slow movement.
Yeah.
On this equipment.
Well, what's interesting about it is that so when I was at university, I was doing like teaching Pilates. It was my part-time job when I was at home. So I was like 18 teaching Pilates classes, and then I was at university at the same time. And Pilates in Australia is quite it's laborious.
So what is Pilates? What is it?
It's so it was invented in the early 1920s by Joseph Pilates.
Oh, okay, somebody's surname.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's someone's surname. So he was German, and basically after, during World War I, he was put into an internment camp as a enemy alien, and he ended up rehabbing all of the people in the internment camps. Using so people were laying on beds, and he started attaching springs to the beds, and he was rehabbing them. And then obviously World War I finished and World War II started, and he fled and went to New York and started his own studio and wrote a book, and it's Mat Pilates, created 33 exercises. Then he created the Reformer, which is like this Pilates machine, and then
This machine is exactly how he created it.
The patent for it, there's one brand that owns a patent for it, and then there's variations of what he created.
So I've seen what my family have.
Yeah, Michelle. Yeah.
That one machine does it all.
Yeah, everything. Wow. Yeah.
And then if I had a session with you, am I correct? It focuses. You can really pinpoint where you want to work on, correct?
Yeah, and
but without any pounding or.
Yeah, so it's low impact and focused, and it's really just about muscle activation and then getting them stronger. And really, I think Pilates you would start there to rebalance everything and then move on to say heavy lifting or going to the gym. But once all of the core intrinsic muscles are nice and strong, then you move on to not the postural muscles. But
do you think you'll be using Pilates for the rest of students' life? Not yours. But let's say,
I have to say, in part, I rehabbed myself using that methodology. I bought a bed and I couldn't walk, so I was just laying on this bed and attaching springs and doing exactly what Joseph Pilates did.
Resistance movement, but slow, low
and
impact.
Just trying to get my leg to start working again and trying to switch it back on.
So what do you think of running as part of exercise? I've never seen a healthy-looking runner. Sprinters I have. Sprinters look good.
Yeah.
But runners, I know, the ones who walk in the street or the beach, I'm like,
runners.
They don't have great physique.
Well, I guess it depends what you want, right?
So what do you think? Running is good or not good? Because you're pounding, right? Pounding.
Oh, to be honest with you, I think you just got to do what you love. If you love running, go out and run. If you like weightlifting, go out and weightlift.
Do you think as you get older, you're going to pay the price for all these damages to your bones?
Maybe.
No, because I play squash.
Yeah.
Now I've got back problems, I've got hip problems, knee problems, ankle problems.
Oh, shame.
And I think it's because I didn't warm up properly, I didn't cool down properly, especially in England, freezing cold.
Yeah.
You pick up the racket, you just go into the court and play, right? And I'm paying the price for it now.
Yeah, maybe.
But when you're young,
you need to do some Pilates.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Pilates can help, right?
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah.
Does it help in weight loss?
Look, I would say that generally has to do more with overall what you eat and how many calories you take in and what you don't. But I think all forms of movement are going to put you into some kind of like credit.
Do you burn calories in Pilates?
Yeah, you burn calories sitting here.
You know what I
Doing
mean, like
this.
a lot. You sweating and
Well, I would say a bit for sure. The degree of what that is, it depends.
depends on how committed you are, right?
Yeah.
And your teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Now, when we met, you told me that you continued climbing. You have this love for climbing?
I don't know what it was at the beginning, but I think, if I'm really honest, I think when I started walking again, I was just like, well, what the hell do I do with my life now? And it's almost like you have to start again, and you're starting again from like the very bottom of the earth and starting again mentally and physically and emotionally and spiritually. And I was just called to, like, I felt like I wanted to go, well, do you know, it started with a friend of mine. We went to Australia and climbed Mount Kosciuszko, and at the time I could barely walk. We got to the summit. It was amazing. I felt so alive, and it was the first time in a long time that I felt alive. And when we came down, like, my feet were so sore, my hip was hurting, my knee was hurting, I was crying. The park rangers came to pick me up. I couldn't walk anymore. My friend was piggybacking me. But I was like, oh my God, I feel great. Like, I just felt so good.
Is this mountain difficult to climb?
No. It's the smallest mountain in the world. It's so little. It's like 2,000 meters.
Is there rock climbing involved in it, or is it just
No.
up a hill?
It's just a hill. It's probably classified as a hill in every other country. Yeah.
So when you see a mountain, I look at it, I'm thinking, I'm good. I'm good. Feet firmly on the ground. I'm good. Let somebody else. We went to the one, this on a tubler in Switzerland, that mountain. What's it called?
Oh, the Matterhorn?
Matterhorn, right? Around it, there's graveyards of all the mountaineers who died.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
dangerous spot.
Why would you want to do it?
Yeah, because...
When you got Pilates to look forward to, lie on a bed and small movements. And
Yeah, because I feel like in life, you got to do hard shit. Like, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You
try
gotta-
marriage.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's more dangerous than... You've been married?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
I
Okay.
know.
So it's harder than rock climbing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
The
of
dangers
course.
are worse.
Yes.
I was listening to this comedian, and this is a sexist joke, but I was laughing today. He goes, the highest rate of divorce is in lesbian marriages. Have you heard this?
I'm
The
just
second
laughing.
highest
Yeah.
is in heterosexual, and the least is in gay men marriages. You know why?
Why?
Because in the lesbian marriage, there's two women involved. In the heterosexual, there's one, and there's no women involved, so they stay together forever, right? Because men can do that, right?
It is a little bit
Not that
sexist.
it is a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay, take me off the airline, take me off Emirates. Okay, so you climbing, and you start on the hill, and you thought, you know what, I want to climb some more. But at the same time, I need funding, because when I'm climbing, I'm away, I'm not earning money. I started these podcasts talking a lot about money. What's your relationship with money?
I don't know. I feel like it always flows. That's how I
comes.
feel. Yeah.
And it comes
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, okay. Let me be more specific. When I am doing what's in alignment with me, then it flows really easily. When I am out of alignment and maybe doing things for reasons that are not as clear, it doesn't flow easily. But when it comes to like doing what I love and what's authentic and what's real, I feel like I've never had any problems with it flowing easily.
Fantastic. So you don't worry about money?
Do I worry? Sometimes. Like,
Because you have a commitment for a climb, for instance, and you
Yeah.
know you're going to be away 2 months.
Yeah.
That cost of that needs to be covered.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay for some space here, right? So when you
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
And it's all got to be budgeted out. Do you sit there going, it'll all be okay?
Well,
or do you
No.
call people, make meetings? Do you,
No, I plan quite a lot. And, like, compared to most people in Dubai, I really live a really basic life. Like, I don't buy a lot of stuff because I realize that I don't actually need it. I think when you spend so much time in the mountains, you realize, I just need what I can carry. And like it's becomes so basic.
Wow,
and so I just live a really basic life. So
And you love nature, I guess.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think like some of the things that I've learned just being a climber is every mountain I climb, I start to really need less and less and less. And it's the food that I can carry, the water that I can, melt with snow, and a stove. So I need a stove, I need a mattress, I need warm clothes, a book. But like,
How's your health now?
yeah, it's pretty good.
Pains? Scars? Scars.
Lots of scars, yeah. Pain sometimes, yeah.
Does the cold bring out more pain?
No, because you're mostly dressed as a marshmallow. Like
You covered,
dum,
I
dum.
see.
Yeah. So like those big summit suits, yeah.
So when you desperately want to go to the toilet, what do you do?
Oh,
Have you ever peed in your suit?
no, I've never done that.
Because I believe divers do.
Oh, yeah, but that's different.
Yeah, divers do.
Yeah, because you're in water.
Yeah, and it makes them warm.
No, but this is not like that. You pee in
So,
a suit, you have a cold, wet
See, at my age, but I've got to go. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, I've got to take 10 suits off.
Yeah, basically. But you just pee in a pee bottle.
Fantastic. And then for number 2, you go find a tree and some leaves and stuff.
No. You poo in a wag bag, like so you're environmentally friendly. Yeah, it's a little bag that has it's like kitty litter at the bottom, and then you
Right.
seal it up and roll it
fantastic.
up, and then you put it on your bag and you carry
Oh,
it down.
amazing.
Yeah.
And then you got a group
You'd
of...
love it.
I like my 5-star.
Yes.
I booked a trip to Amazon.
Yeah.
Do some ayahuasca.
Oh, I've done it. Yeah.
Paid for the whole thing. DMT is best, by the way. Have you tried DMT?
I've tried Aya and DMT.
DMT.
Yeah.
I love DMT. The thought of it, what's the word?
Makes you want to vomit.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like that. I don't like the thought of vomiting and yeah. There's a word for it, isn't it?
Purging.
Purging. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't like purging.
Yeah. It's because all the crap that's in your body's coming out. Yeah.
I don't like that. But anyway, so I checked, and it was in a tent on a tree. I thought, there's no way I'm not going to have 5-star bathrooms when I'm going to go on this trip to the Amazon. So I cancelled. I didn't go.
Oh, shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
No, I like my 5-star,
Fair
bathrooms,
enough.
showers.
We're all different.
Is there any 5-star showers in the Everest?
Nope.
I see.
Nope.
Do you think there's opportunity for business there? I'll be the only 5-star hotel.
Look,
Base
there's a lot
camp.
of providers that are moving in that direction, that
Oh,
are trying
really?
to provide facilities, but at base camp, once you move up the mountain, it's completely impossible.
I believe you see dead bodies.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, that's really hard.
Is it hard?
Yeah, really hard.
And it's best just to leave them there, right?
Well, you just have no capacity to take them down, and to take one body down, you probably need 6 or 7 other people, and they're risking their lives, and you're barely hanging on by a thread.
Is this only Everest? Or you?
No, I would say it's probably all the 8,000 meter mountains. Yeah,
Wow.
they're all just as dangerous.
And you've been repeatedly to some of these mountains, right?
Yes, the
Is
big-
it like you suddenly see there's a few more dead bodies than last year? Or some of these are like 1920s. Do you know which one's the oldest body there?
Well, look, on Everest, I'm not sure, but for example, I climbed Peak Lenin in Kyrgyzstan last year, and the base camp is in this kind of valley, and there's another camp up here. And as we're walking to camp, I was like, why are we not camping here? And I remember my guide saying to me, because there was an avalanche and 62 people are buried under the snow.
62 people.
Yeah, and so now camp is up on
And the snow
face.
stayed there.
Yeah, they're
It's
just
never stored. They
Well,
couldn't pick up the bodies.
no, they're just frozen.
It's so cold all of the time.
Well, in this particular area, again, really difficult. In a lot of mountains, you're moving people through ice falls and crevasses, and it's challenging to get people out. And then on the 8,000 meter mountains, you're in the death zone. So there's such little oxygen that you're kind of physiologically dying, so to speak. So to take all of your energy reserves to go and help somebody else who's already deceased, it's difficult. Yeah.
Is there a point where you're thinking, I missed the beach?
Well, there
What the
is-
hell am I doing here?
there is definitely a point. For example, when I got
It's like
to
marathon runners, right? When they hit the wall.
Yes. Well, there's like, I remember getting to the summit of Everest, and I remember sitting down and thinking like, oh fuck, like, I'm like halfway, like I have to get down, and then I
believe
remember
coming down is sometimes more difficult than going up,
actually,
right?
like 80% of all deaths on Everest happen
coming
down. Yeah. And so that plays in the back of your mind. It's just sitting there. And you're like, oh man, I've just finished the most, and you can see how dangerous where you are is. Like, you're physically on top of the world, and you just see these ridge lines and cliff faces and snow, and you're like, oh, whoa. And so I just had that feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to get down. And you're really tired and
Why do you need that in your life?
exhausted, because I think that that's what it means to live, you know, to
push yourself to the edge.
No, to push yourself forward into what you love. Like, I don't know, like to do something that you love so much and push yourself to the edge of it. Like, how far can I go with this passion? And honestly, it really creeps up on you. When I started doing this, I never thought I was going to climb Everest.
Do you feel you're addicted now?
No, I wouldn't say so, because half the time it's so grim. Like, it's really
Well, you
grim.
can be addicted to alcohol and it's grim, right? Or gambling.
Yeah,
is
but
grim.
there's a bit of like,
joy and buzz.
yeah, and mountaineering, it's like, it's hard work.
Hard all the
It's
time.
tough. And
Do you form great relationships, friends?
yeah.
And you kind of message us, let's meet next week on top of this mountain. Is that how it happens?
Sometimes, but you get really close to people because you strip all of the stupidness of life away, and
the
then you
egos
put, yes, and you put yourself in really difficult situations where you have to work as a team, and then it's just you're stripped bare, and they're stripped bare, and then you just people.
Be yourselves.
Yeah.
So, do you think Pilates has helped?
Well, Pilates definitely helped to rehab my body. I would probably say that, in part, the first part of my rehab journey was as a result
But
of
when
that.
you compare yourself to other women, do you feel you're fitter, healthier?
I don't know.
Well, they're all very fit, healthy people anyway already.
They're all pretty fit and healthy, but I try not to compare myself to other people. I just try and
No, when
stay
you're on
in
top of a
my-
mountain, 8,000 meters, and they're dancing, and you're like, that kind of an indication that they're a little bit fitter than you.
When I was there, I didn't see any other women. Yeah.
Really, we discussed that. It's mostly men.
Yeah, so I saw
Poor you.
one Australian
All these
woman
men around.
in passing, and she was coming down, and as I was going up, and that's probably the only woman that I saw
All right,
on
mate.
summit
All right.
night.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. She was Aussie too, so you can't see anybody's face, but you can see their country
did it have a
patch.
flag? Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a little Aussie patch, and she had an Aussie patch, and I was like, oh, I know who you are. And so you kind of check in, and then.
But then we discussed this earlier. You're not scared of heights. You are scared of heights. There are moments.
Oh,
Because
there
I
are always
don't know.
moments.
Is there like an area when you're walking and there's a drop and you have to kind of jump over this ice thing and it drops as far as I can see, and then you're relying that this bit of ice is not going to collapse when you.
Yeah.
It's too much trust on nature, no?
Yeah.
I looked at these videos and I'm like, how do they know this piece of ice is not going to go down? Because
You don't. Yeah, you have no idea. You're just like trusting the universe.
You're mad.
Like, but
You're
also,
mad.
Yeah, but also you're just in the moment. Like, you're not thinking about anything else. You're not like scrolling Instagram. You're just present. You're just present in the moment.
There's strolling the Instagram and there's madness, right? There's a bit in the middle, right? Okay, maybe swimming lengths.
Yeah.
Or
All right, fair enough.
running sprints or something like this, or
Okay.
kayaking. Yes. We were kayaking on the Palm. And I had Yasmin, but she was a lot younger, and my other kids. So there's like 4 of us on this kayak. It was already a bit heavy. And we set out, and the kayak starts sinking. Right? I'm like, oh my God, I've got my kids here. So we panicked. And we were just coolly, we had popcorn, we had crisps in this kayak. The whole thing was floating. And we started panicking. Yasmin started screaming, help, help, help. I thought my kids were going to drown.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? I stood up and the water was up to the ear. We were all panicking. It was not deep at all.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we still talk about it.
Yeah, that's the mind,
Yeah,
right?
isn't it? Mm-hmm. So have you saved anybody's life when something went wrong, or has anybody saved your life?
I've had people that have been incredibly kind to me, for sure. Like my Sherpa on Everest was amazing.
How many times have you done Everest?
To the summit once, yeah.
Okay.
Like, trust me, that's enough.
You're not doing it again?
No, I'm going to go and try Lhotse next time, which is like the mountain right next to Everest. And the path is the same most of the time. It's just at the very top it
It
veers off.
forks.
Yeah, it forks. So, but he was just amazing. Like when you're climbing and you're at, like there were moments as we were going
And
through
these
the
guys
summit.
go every month?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Right.
They go in the same season as you. They're acclimatizing with you, but they've just been a couple of times. So I think they're better acclimatized and they live at that altitude.
Indeed.
But there were moments where him and I were just, there was no one else around us. I couldn't see, all the crowds that people talk about on Everest. We didn't have those. Like, there was about 4 hours that it was just him and me.
And you're
that's it.
constantly moving.
Yes.
You can't get a tent and just sit there and think, I'll just let this one. I'm a bit tired.
On summit night, no, you're too high, and so there's no way to pitch a tent. You don't even want to carry the tent; it's too heavy.
So you get there and get back as soon as you can.
Yeah. So you
Sometimes
leave.
you don't sleep for many 12, 14 hours, right?
Yeah. Well, the summit pushes a long time. You basically leave 8,000. Camp 4 is 8,000 meters, so it's kind of like in this space, and you've got Lhotse, and then you have Everest, and
Everest goes to how many?
8,880.
So at 8,000 you got another 800 meters to climb.
848. Yeah.
It's almost vertical.
Yeah, it's pretty steep. So you leave Camp 4 and you leave. Well, we left at 1:30 in the morning, so it's pitch black. It's like -60. It's freezing. Like people
Because you want to catch it at the right time and then come back again.
Yeah, you want to have enough time to come down. So people start having ice that gets like frozen to their face and to their suits and stuff. So you leave at that time, and we didn't get to the summit till 11:30 in the morning. So it's almost like
7
10
hours. Yeah, the 8 hours.
Yeah, 10 hours to get to the summit, and then you sit there for 30 minutes, and then you're like, whoa, I got this long journey back, and it was another 4 hours to
Are
come
there
down to Camp
ropes
4.
existing from past that you just have to clip and you follow hold onto the
So
ropes? Or
at the beginning of the season, the Sherpa team, just as the weather window opens, they will make a bid to go and fix the ropes all the way up the mountain, and it's kind of like
so it's
your
not there
only
for
safety.
centuries. It's this every season they put a new one. I see.
But there are still old ropes there, like some of the deceased climbers are clipped into the old ropes, and so you have to step over them.
No,
Yeah.
that close.
Yeah,
You see their faces.
yeah. There was one guy that I saw his face. And as you get to the summit, I have this photo. So I took this photo, and I'm looking at the summit, and
In the background, there's this body.
there's a body there, and I didn't realize until I got home, and I zoomed in on the photo, and I was like, oh. So when you're getting to the summit, you have this body right there.
You don't get these heartless people doing selfies with dead people or anything like this.
No, but there's definitely videos of some of the people there, and whether it's like conscious or not conscious, but there's some stuff. Yeah.
How sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. And the hardest part is that you are pushing yourself to that place too, and you don't know where the line is. It's very blurry. So you're like, oh, and you're feeling really shit too. And so you're like, oh, I know that this is
Feeling
possible.
nauseous, you're lightheaded. What's it like to be lacking oxygen?
So
Tired.
it gets, the less oxygen you have, it gets really, really cold. So you start to really freeze. And then you get like, almost like you have no strength, no power. You feel like you're going to have a nap. But actually that's because you're so hypoxic that your brain's just like shutting down. And then just really, really cold and really fatigued. And at the very extreme levels, you have some kind of hallucinations. where you start seeing, hearing, or feeling other people around you that are not really there.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, and
And then you have a mask with oxygen coming.
Yeah,
But there are
yeah.
people who've climbed Everest without masks.
Very few, yeah, very few. Yeah, I think there's maybe about less than 10 women in the world, and
Which is incredible feat,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, there's only 900 women in the world that have ever climbed Everest, and 10 without oxygen. So it's
You notice there's a lot of rubbish and plastic and just thrown away.
yeah.
So you have a plan, don't you, to
Yeah.
climb, and please share it with us.
Yeah, I wanna do some good and clean it up. It's really bad. It's really bad. Like, one of the things that I thought when I was going to Everest, I thought that I was going to the mother goddess of the world. Like, I was going to Sagarmatha. Like, she's known to the Nepalis as the mother of the earth. And you think that you're going to see this deity, this like mountain god, and when you get there, it's full of trash. And it's a little bit like, so obviously we're not Buddhists, but you can respect other faiths and other religions, and to see what these people call as their deity be so degraded.
So the locals don't clean it up.
There is attempts to, but again, they take money. Like, you need to now pay people to manually take out that trash from past, people have been climbing Everest since 1930 or attempting to. I think the first successful attempt was in 1954 by like Sir Edmund Hillary in Tenzing, Norway. But before that, people were trying. And so you can see canisters from the 1950s and like rubbish from 100 years of climbers.
There's times you think, I'll just take this one home as memorabilia.
A souvenir.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that on K2 you can find some really old stuff up there.
Incredible.
Yeah, but it's it's sad.
History frozen in time.
Yeah. It's the whole thing is a little sad. It's like, we shouldn't really be doing this.
Care more.
We should definitely care more, and we should care enough about the kind of the environment and what we're doing to that place to be like, I'm going to go climb Everest, but I'm going to leave it better than I left it, and at least like take all of my stuff
Have
away.
you started a movement yet, or is it something?
Well, like, I videoed a lot of it when I was there because I was so shocked. I just couldn't believe it. How, like, I have this one video and there's pots and pans and broken tents and like plastic and oxygen cylinders, but not a little bit. It's like, it's a lot.
Everywhere. So I guess the wind blows half of it away, some of it stays, yes?
Most of it would get like frozen solid to the ground, and and then you've got every season you've got more climbers and more climbers and more climbers, and it's just like kind of piling up. It's sad. So
have you noticed over the years global warming's changed anything, or not really?
In the mountains, I probably couldn't speak to that because I don't have enough of a reference point to.
And your Sherpas, do they say anything like seasons are changing, or ice has moved?
Well, the icefall definitely moves a lot. So there's a lot of avalanches in the valley. There's a lot of, like, obviously, Nepal is prone to earthquakes.
Have you experienced avalanches?
Yeah, so you experience them on Everest, like, every couple of days you hear the ground beneath you moving and you feel the avalanches, and you're just, in 2014 it killed a lot of people.
Yes.
So you can...
I saw the video.
Yeah, you can just kind of like, okay, we're okay. And
because it's not snow, is it? It's heavy snow, right? Because it can crush you.
It's compacted, but then it's also like ice and like chunks of ice coming off the mountain, and they're just like tumbling down and creating this like...
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you know where to sleep, you know where to go, because avalanches can potentially miss you.
Yeah. Well, the idea is that you go with a good enough company that knows where to go.
Do you have the same people, same Sherpas? You have their WhatsApp number?
I definitely have some of their WhatsApp numbers. Yeah, it's good to have good relationships.
How far up do you go before you got no mobile phone reception?
So interestingly, Starlink, we had...
you can have it right at the top.
No, not... Oh, well, yes, actually right at the top, yeah.
It's in space, isn't it?
And but we, as a group, we had 5-10 minutes of internet at Camp 4. Like the Starlink would turn on, whatever solar power it had.
God, Elon Musk.
Yeah,
amazing,
so we had
right?
like 5 minutes. So we were all like messaging our family, like, we're going for the summit, like, pray for us.
So is this like a piece of equipment, Starlink?
Yeah, it's a little.
So one person has this with them.
Yeah.
And so they're going to switch it on for 10 minutes. They pay the subscription or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. And then we had internet all the way to Camp 4. But honestly, it was like 5 minutes. And then it would run out of power, and then we'd charge it up on the solar panel again, and then 5 minutes of internet. But it's enough at that altitude to be able to like message your
Connect.
family and just tell
How
them that
far
you're
high
okay.
up is the first camp, base camp?
So base camp takes 10 days to get to, and it is at 5,350.
Still very high.
It's very high. Yeah, that's base camp.
More than halfway there, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, it takes 6 weeks to climb the mountain, and you do rotations. So from base camp, you now have the ice falls. So you're moving through like these huge chunks of broken ice and crevasses, and that's the most technical part of Everest. So that takes maybe 6, 7, 8 hours to get through, and again, you leave in the middle of the night. And you climb through. Once you get to Camp 1, you're at 6,100 meters, and now this is the summit of Denali, America's highest mountain.
You got another 2,700.
Yes.
But I believe the peak of a mountain in Hawaii is higher than Everest, right?
Oh, I have no idea how they
I
measure
believe it's
that
not the
stuff.
highest point on Earth, but
Yeah.
I believe it's in Hawaii. I heard.
Yeah, I hear that stuff too.
Is it windy?
Not at this altitude, but
At the top.
further up, it's really windy. Yeah, and the
So
wind
now that you
is.
got the height, you got to deal with the wind.
Yeah.
And can it change? The wind changes?
Yeah, the whole thing changes. Yeah, it's.
When I saw you at reception, I was just this normal, wonderful. You're crazy. And then how wide or big is the top?
Oh, the top is probably the size of this room, but slanted. So it's on a.
It's not flat.
No, it's like a.
Is there
little
a stone there with flags and graffiti on it or something?
No, there's no graffiti. There's just prayer flags, like the Buddhist prayer flags. They have these inscriptions on them. The inscription of compassion. The inscription of like all these beautiful inscriptions, supposedly to the Buddhists when the wind blows them, the prayers go out into the air.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. Also very dangerous and so scary. I remember on the summit turning around at one point and seeing the vista behind me, and I could see Lhotse, and it looked like the Stegosaurus, and I was like, whoa. And then I saw the moon and the arc of the earth and this star, and I just looked at that and I was like, oh my God, I can see the arc of the earth, and the sun was rising, and it was just like this beautiful, like, it just feels like
Indescribable.
God is up there, and you're just like, wow, like this is celestial. You can feel how beautiful it is, and it's like it's a beauty and a horror, because it's so beautiful and so dangerous. And you just know,
if you slipped,
you die.
you die.
Yeah.
There's no slope 50 meters and then you go flat. It just either
Yeah.
side could be down.
Well, if you see some of the videos of the summit ridge, like once you get to the south summit, there's this kind of like knife edge ridge to the summit, and there you have the Hillary Step, and it's very narrow, so it's like one person can pass, and you're also passing dead bodies there, so you're having to clip.
There's that many.
Yeah, there's about 300 people up there.
Good God, you got to step over them.
Yeah. Look, some of them are buried in snow, and some of them are exposed, and some you don't even know are there, like they're just hidden. And they've made attempts to move them out of the direct path. But yeah, some are still there. It's very haunting.
But we can say they died doing what they enjoyed doing, right? They kind of knew the fears, the danger.
Yeah, and look,
It wasn't like they were lost and, what am I doing here?
Yeah, look, I have a feeling that the type of death that they would experience is like you're so hypoxic that you just fall asleep, and then you just freeze to death. And the unconsciousness of being hypoxic, like with such little oxygen that you don't even realize it. I have a feeling that that's how
Crazy. You
go.
wonder if the families have ever been up to see them, or
Yeah.
they're just alone.
Yeah, you'd need a lot of skills to be able to go see a
Crazy.
loved one.
I did a Grand Prix driving. I think it was Formula 2. And in my mirror, the guy behind me went straight into a wall, and he died.
Wow.
And they stopped the race, and then the family came and said, you know, he died doing what he was enjoying doing. So,
Yeah.
but the family could come round and be there, but on top of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we're going to move on from that
Yeah.
positive conversation. We're going to talk about you
Yeah.
because you have sponsorship from companies like DHL.
Yeah, I've been
So
with,
how did you get that in the first place?
I've been with DHL a long time now. It's great. How did I
Get the sponsorship in the first place?
So I think it was in 2019. I wanted to do my first proper mountaineering project, and I wanted to be the first woman to go to climb every mountain in the Middle East. And at the time, I was still kind of disabled. So I had this idea that I was going to go to Iraq, Iran, Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, Yemen, Kuwait, Qatar. Because no one had ever done it. No one had been to every country in the Middle East and climbed there. And at the time, I had a friend who was like, what are you doing? They're like, I have a friend who works for this friend in DHL, let me send your deck over. And for some reason, this is where I feel like destiny kind of plays a role in helping you succeed when you're doing what's aligned with what is right, so to speak.
What did you do? You bumped into the CEO of DHL, or had?
No, I bumped into a friend of mine who had worked there, and at the time I was training, so I was climbing the stairs of this very prominent building, and I was just going up and down the staircase, 50 stories up, 50 stories down, 50 stories up, 50 stories down, and I remember walking out to the reception just sweating because there's no AC in these things. And I bumped into them and they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm training. I'm going to go climb every mountain in the Middle East. And at this stage, I was adamant I was going with or without help. And the first country I was going to go was I was going to climb Mount Damavand in Iran. And then I was going to go to Turkey and climb Mount Ararat.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been to both.
Beautiful mountain, isn't it?
Damavand? Yeah, I've climbed it 5 times. Yeah.
It's a volcano, right?
It's the highest volcano in Asia, yeah.
Crazy.
It's a beautiful mountain.
Right by the side of Tehran.
Yeah, it's 2 hours away. It's got a beautiful story too, a really beautiful legend. Do you know the legend?
Tell me.
So I'm going to butcher these names, so I'm going to not tell you the names. But supposedly this is in Persian mythology, there was an ancient king, and his son was hypnotized by this evil spirit, and the evil spirit was like, oh, you can kill your father and you can become king, you can become the most powerful king. And the evil spirit hypnotized him so much that he ended up killing his father, and the evil spirit came into his shoulders and grew these 2 snakes out of his shoulders. And he became a tyrant king and was very evil. And then there was this other Persian myth, this hero who is like, I'm going to go and slay this king and we're going to free this country. And he slayed the evil king, cut off the snakes' heads, and then he climbed to the summit of Mount Damavand and buried the evil spirit in the mountain. Then he stood on the top and shot his arrow, and the arrow went all the way out and set the borders of Iran. Yeah.
I heard something similar, that the country was at war. And they couldn't decide on their borders, so they got this old man with an arrow, and he fired it.
Oh, nice!
And then he hits the longest, and he was loved the country so much. After firing this arrow, he died because he pulled every muscle out.
I think I like my story better.
I'm not sure about that. Snakes' heads and stuff. But
Yeah,
I went there I left when I was 11. I went there 20 odd years ago. I couldn't believe how beautiful it was, like a curtain at the side of this beautiful city.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Iranians are nice people.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
Like really lovely. Like every time I go there,
They feed you.
Yes, exactly. They like come to my house and they'll feed you everything.
Yeah, your stomach is the most important thing.
Yeah, it's
so
great.
you got like solid thighs and calves, right?
I don't know.
It must be
I hope
rock.
so.
What happened was we were on 33rd floor. The other
Yeah.
day, they lifted, it was a queue. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to walk. I walked with my briefcase. For 3 days, I couldn't walk.
Yeah, your calves.
Afterwards, my calves were
Yeah.
killing me.
Yeah. That happens.
30 floors.
Yeah.
You're going up and down mountains. So your calves must be like,
Well, you get used to it. You get used to it. But I want to finish my story and telling you about this.
I apologize. Please continue. Yeah,
thank
which
you.
one?
Which story?
Which
well,
story?
So I told you the story about Iran and the borders, but I wanted to
Yes,
go back,
DHL, of
yes,
course.
and finish
Thank you,
that.
thank you.
So that's kind of how this whole thing started, and they wanted to support that because obviously I was the first crazy person to go and to every country alone, and it was honestly the most beautiful thing I ever did because
do they use your image for publicity? And
yes, they do. They use like image, voice, and then we do speeches. And normally, what I do is go into every office and like. So I went to all the people who work at DHL in Iraq, and then all the people who work at DHL in Iran, and then all the people who were working in.
so you're a DHL hero.
Yeah, well.
I used to
don't
work with
know about
TNT,
that.
so
Yeah?
sorry, a bit of competition. But that's nice though. And then
Yeah.
how did you price it? So I'll take $5,000, and then it just kept going. How do you, it's
look,
difficult.
Mostly I just. It's just about the climbing, so I try and get the climbing covered because the climbing is so expensive.
And do you have to carry food for the whole duration?
Yeah, you have to carry everything. Look, it depends on the expedition, but for example, like Peak Lenin, you've got a yak that will carry your stuff to base camp, and then after that, you're 15 kilos on your back. So you take what is absolutely necessary, but this is the beautiful thing. You take like a suit, you take warm clothes, you take food, you take a book. Eventually the book goes, eventually the toothpaste goes, the toothbrush goes. You're down to one pair of underwear. You're like, do I want to carry these socks? No. So
Because you become so weak and tired.
Well, no, it's because everything just weighs so much and you're just like, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it. And then you come back to Dubai and you turn on the shower and you're like, wow. Like,
Things we take for granted.
Yeah. And
warm water.
Yeah.
Do you cook things when you're up on the mountains, or no? You just think it's way too much, the stove?
No, it's mostly dehydrated food. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just boil water and then you just.
Everybody has to boil something. Yeah. You need heat.
Yeah. So you have to carry a stove. Yeah.
Wow. Right. There's 4 of you. You carry 4 stoves. You
No,
sometimes share.
Most of the time you'll share. Yeah, again, just like energy conservation. You know, everything, the higher you go, the more everything weighs. So a kilo feels like 5 kilos.
Do you have people quitting?
All the time. Yeah,
Wow.
people quit all the time. But I
Amazing.
think it's mostly because like climbing mountains is really a mind game. It's how much pain can you endure and how much can you suffer for.
Do you think your accident helped you to endure pain? And
Well, I think all of our lives mold us for every moment that we're about to walk into. And so, yeah, I think I've been molded by everything that I've ever done. And,
apart from DHL, does anybody else sponsor you?
well, so far I've been really fortunate that it's just been DHL.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how many climbs a year do you do?
Oh, it depends. Like, so for example, the big climbs, I will get sponsorship for, and then everything else I self-fund. And so last year, I climbed about 12 mountains. So I climbed Aconcagua, Bonote, and then Le Boucher, Mirror Peak, Island Peak. Then I climbed Peak Lenin.
How do you keep your customers
Denali.
like Michelle happy? Don't you fear they're going to go to somebody else?
Yeah, but like you
That's
have to,
the way the cookie crumbles.
exactly. And you got to, if you want to do what you love, you got to be willing to let go and move forward, and
That's
let
amazing.
other people move forward too. Yeah.
The love for climbing is so much that you're prepared to take the risk of your business suffering.
Yeah, I guess so.
So you're not money driven.
I would say I have learned in my life to be driven by love of what I want to do, because, you know, I'm probably not the best person to like if I know that having like a corporate job would just kill me, like would kill my soul, and I feel like I have a really good balance of being in and out of the world. So I'm in the real world, and then I'm out of the real world, and when I come back,
you wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, because when I come back to the real world, I appreciate it and I love it. And
what is the real world, really? That could be the real world, right?
It is. Yeah, it is. But
this is man-made. This is not.
But then I come here and I can appreciate it. I'm grateful for it. I love how life is so easy. Like, I appreciate so much that, you know, Dubai is such a safe place that as a woman I can go and train at 10 p.m. and it's great, and like, it's amazing for those things, and you really appreciate those things when you are in environments that are just so harsh and so difficult. Do
you get people coming to you for asking for advice on mental issues and marriage issues and personal development?
Yeah, all
because
the
it's
time.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, look, again, I'm just a curious person, so halfway along this journey, when I decided that I was going to heal my body, you can't heal your body without healing your mind, without fixing your emotions, without going through all of the shit that's inside you. This is where, you know, you were telling me about ayahuasca, and I've done ayahuasca quite a lot. It helps me to like get rid of the bullshit and be able to see like what I'm really called to do.
I'm wondering where you get the time. But anyway, that's another podcast.
Yes. And
so you're busy all the time. You're busy. You're constantly doing things.
Most people are busy, right?
Not really. I like sitting on the beach and doing nothing.
Yeah, those days are great. I like those days too.
All the time. I've done my dues. So 5 years, 10 years down the line.
Where will I be?
Where are you going to be?
Oh, I think I'm probably going to take climbing to its fruition. And then I'm probably going to think of something else crazy to do, and I will do that. Yeah.
What's the magic? If somebody said, look, I'm struggling, I'm a woman, I'm stuck, and I see you as this free-spirited person, climbs mountains, how can you help me? And what's stopping me?
Well, look, this is my path. I don't think it's for everybody, because I think our constitutions are all so different. And I think we have to honor what that is once we realize what it is. And I think you just have to start walking to the beat of your own drum, but you have to be able to listen to it. Like, what is it? Where am I? And what am I saying?
Is that through meditation? Or?
No, look, I think for me personally, how did I get there?
If I was a seeker and I came to you and said, help me, I'm a woman, I'm just midlife, my kids have left, I'm not particularly happy in my marriage, help me, I want to have more of a wow life, but I have fears.
Yeah, fear is probably the way. Yeah.
Face your fear.
Yeah, I would say it is the only way. Like, it is the path forward, is what you're probably most afraid of. And so I would walk that path. And
is that what you've done all your life?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah,
wow.
But it's easy for me in a sense, because maybe it's courage. Like, maybe that's inherently in my constitution, and so like stepping out of my comfort zone feels easy, whereas staying in it probably feels less. But
you feel there's growth in being uncomfortable.
Yeah, a lot. And there's a lot of growth, and there's a lot of things to learn and things to appreciate. Like, you know, life is so beautiful. but you only get to realize those things when you're in the most dangerous places in the world. Like when I stood on the summit of Everest, I was just thinking about my family. Like I wanted to see my niece, I wanted to see my sister, I wanted to give them a hug, like I wanted to tell them that I loved them. I wanted to get off this silly mountain because it was so dangerous, and I wanted to tell all the people in my life that I love them so much. And like if whoever's up there would allow me the privilege to keep walking this path, then I'm going to get down and tell them that I love them. And beautiful. You realize those things when you're in those places.
Sure.
You don't really realize them when you're running around in Dubai and you're stuck in traffic and they're calling you and you're like, stop calling me.
I see somebody walking in a bikini. I'm like, oh, actually, it's a holiday resort.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so stuck at that work and grinding. When's your next climb?
My next climb, I am probably going to climb Lhotse in March of next year.
Where's that?
That's Nepal. It's the fourth highest mountain in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere you haven't been you like to go? Maybe South America or something? Or?
Yeah, I've been to almost every country in South America, climbed almost every mountain there. Yeah.
In a matter of 6 years?
Yeah. Yeah, every country in the Middle East, climbed every mountain. Yeah.
If you want to inspire, I'm thinking how I can help you to grow and get your name out there more than just on this podcast. I have this event called the Gladiator Summit. If I give you 15, 20 minutes to inspire the audience, would you do it?
Yeah. I'd be so scared.
Yeah, good. Well, you climbed Everest, don't worry, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
So how would you inspire people? First of all, I say you have a story. You have a beautiful story, right?
Yeah,
From being broken, literally broken, to being top of the highest mountain on earth.
Look, what I've found, I have some really awful photos, is that I found that they help. Like when I show people those photos and when I show people, like I feel like the only way you can show people is like, look, like I'm not special. There is nothing special about me. And
you are special.
Well, not really. If
you found the magic.
Yeah, but I had a really hard lesson that came with that magic, and I only found the magic because of that hard lesson. And
so I think everybody has the potential of being special, right?
Yeah.
But it's taking action.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
Right.
You have to move forward, and you have to fuck up a lot along the way. Yeah.
So do you make quick decisions, or do you procrastinate?
No, I don't procrastinate. I get... Really interestingly, I get this kind of sense, and when I'm climbing, because you're silent, you know, there's nothing in your head. I used to have a lot of bullshit that was in my mind, and now all the bullshit's gone.
Just focus on there.
Yeah, and now I kind of dream a little bit. So I dream about what's next when I'm climbing, and in the process of the dreaming, like when I'm on the mountain, I'm dreaming, and then when I come back to Dubai, I actually put it into focus, so I start working on it. So, for example, if I want to go climb Lhotse, I start doing a little bit of therapy on it. So I do family constellations, it's to see is this aligned with me. Sometimes I do ayahuasca so I can see, is this aligned?
It's deeper than just climbing a mountain.
Yeah, is this aligned with me? Is it real? Is it authentic? Then I do some more work on it, and when it starts to feel like ripe, then I go. And then it's just like action, and I just do.
And everything comes together.
Yeah,
until now.
It comes together, and most of the time it comes together easily, but I work my ass off.
I'm going to challenge you.
Yeah.
What are you doing on the 10th of January 2026?
Oh, okay.
Would you like to go on stage?
Sure.
Done? Promise?
Yeah, promise, yeah.
Deal.
I'm really afraid.
I'm going to promote you. Okay. After here, we're going to go to Ali. We're going to put your
Okay.
name down as a speaker.
Okay.
75% of our followers are women.
Oh, wow.
Because they're all seeking to grow and do better, and they have less ego than men.
Yeah.
So they're more willing to listen and learn and take action. And I'd love you to inspire them.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. It's been an honor.
Yeah. Same.
Thank you. You've been a little secret to our family because I've never heard of you. All I see is these machines around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming coming here. Thank you for committing. Thank you for committing your hard-earned money
Thanks.
to spend this time. And I'm going to make sure you get 100 times your money's worth.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.